So, recap. Banshee, the end. Gosh, yeah, so the party came to the Feywild, lots of fun, in pursuit of Yaris, and made it to a nearby town. They stopped in with a family of fawn, mother and her son and daughter. Ate some food, took a little rest, and then headed to the nearby town of Asheville. Pull it up. And got some information from a fairly shady little goblin guy, I think he was, that said, yeah, I've seen this guy, someone fitting that description. He seemed a little keen on who this swordsman was traveling with, and eventually offered up, was it a satyr and a sprite or pixie? And upon hearing that, for some coin, gave them the information that they sought, that the satyr and pixie often stay at a cottage just outside of town. So the party went there. There were some items that appeared to be of the size that a pixie or sprite might wear and use. Some clues left behind. However, when I think it was Ormia had gone in just to take a look at the journal on the table, when she touched the watch, fancy pocket watch on top, it caused a Banshee to appear. They don't like it when people touch their fine goods from their life.
No one does.
Nice. Brought forth the Banshee that attacked. The party was, holding their own, and then the Banshee let out her Banshee Wail. The party stood strong. Only one person in the entire fight failed their saving throw that was within range, which is incredible. And that was just poor Emersina, who was brought down to 0 hit points and essentially knocked unconscious for the time being.
No.
Yeah, and that's where we left off. So we are still in battle. And Ed, I'm sorry, who's Ed? Felix, it is now your turn, and I'll let you pick up where you'd like.
All right, let's see here. I'm trying to find myself, actually. Oh, there I am.
Oh, good.
Let's see. Can I actually go up to this window and use my action to bust it open?
Let me see where you are.
If that's actually a window?
Absolutely. Yep. It's glass, so
Okay.
I mean, you don't even really have to roll anything.
Sounds good. That'll actually be my turn. I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. Right, that's next. Okay, so you hustle up to the house, smash the window in with the hilt of your or the bottom of your weapon, and you're ready for whatever comes next. Emil, that brings us back up to you.
All right, I think last time I did the sharp bow, and I'm going to do the same thing again.
Ooh, hits. Ah, yeah, sneak attack. Excellent. So you draw the arrow, boom, and release. Fires right through the core of its form. Dealing damage, it pulls away some wispy mist as it goes through this Banshee, dealing some damage. Quite a bit with the surprise attack. It apparently wasn't expecting that at all. And it hit a vital spot, if there is such a thing in a Banshee. Alright, anything else for your turn?
I'm going to yell out. I assume I can see Emersina from where I am, so I'm going to call out to Rowan that Emersina needs help.
Okay.
And that's.
Let's see, where. Oh, she's down there, okay. Alright. Kaylin, you just watched this arrow fly by and stick itself into the wall just adjacent to you with a little cloudy wisp comes off of it as it into the wall.
Can I take a look and really quick and just see what is on this table again?
Sure. There is a small journal, a fine looking shiny pocket watch, a hairbrush, a very ornate hairbrush. Oof, I feel like those were the main items on there, but if anyone
That was his. The journal, the watch, and the brush, and I think the teacup. No, that was in the other room.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I am going to, I guess, go up and attack the Banshee with my sword, since it seems to be doing some damage physically. Let's see here. Get myself turned around. So I'm going to take a step and hit it with my short swords. Let's see here. I can bring up everything. Remember how to do this. Alright. Alright. Just make sure. I think it's targeted, but maybe not. Here we go. And, oh no, that's my crossbow. That's not what I want to do. Here we go.
Oh, let me see if it hits. Control click on the Banshee.
Oh, I did. Oh, maybe I undid it.
Maybe. That does hit,
There we
though,
go.
so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
You run across, the wooden floorboards, clunk, 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 in your heavy armor. You run up and strike with the short sword as you unsheath it. Again, it cuts through this mist of her form, and you feel some purchase, as though it's done some damage, but not quite as much as you were hoping.
Do I get to hit her with my other short sword?
You can with a bonus action because they're light weapons.
Okay. Right.
And you have that thing, so you get the whole damage.
Again, do I do just the regular hit again?
Yep, just another attack, and then...
Okay, right.
The second one seems to not make any purchase. It just draws down as you slash back with the next one, and
Caitlin's killing it.
it's a whiff. Yeah, unfortunately.
Great.
Question.
Okay. Yes.
Does she have her inspiration? From the
Oh,
dice
yeah,
roll?
right. You got the highest numbered.
No.
You do have one in case you want to use it.
So what is that exactly again?
It's the one for
Finally.
getting the highest roll at the beginning, and it's, I think, currently a D6,
D6.
that you can add.
Okay, so I just roll a d6.
And we'll add it to the attack. In a quick flicker, a quick moment, you feel just a little bit more inspired. You've got Ormy on the other side. Oh, I'm sorry. You have advantage. So you can actually roll a second time. You're flanking.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry. I was like, how'd she get a 1? Go ahead and roll just attack. Not the D6, but your standard
just
attack.
the attack. Okay. Got you.
Which is better than the D6.
Right. Right.
Nice, okay.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Alright.
You envision the strike, and you're like, no, that won't work. So you make a last-second adjustment and strike true. And this second swing also finds purchase in her back as you pull away some more of the misty form.
Alright, that's all I have. That's all I got. So, there you go.
Okay. Oh, Rhinewind begins rushing up. Let me just check her speed. 30. After hearing Emil call out, 5, 10. She's gonna dash because this is as far as she'll make it. 20. She's can't stop on bastard, so I can't have her go in any further. So she comes up here and uses her bonus action. Right? Am I doing? Let me think. No, because the bonus action was the dash. No, her action was to dash. So bonus action to cast, I believe, Healing Word. Fantasy ground.
Nice.
This is a really neat loading circle. Oh, there we go.
So nice.
Loading. And she casts one. Bonus action. Okay, Healing Word. On Emersina. Who receives 7 points of healing. Okay, that's awesome. She's just really clutches her holy symbol and reaches down and puts her hand on Emersina, and M's just filled with his life energy. Let me just make sure added to M. Okay, it did. Good. All right, and then she is done, so it goes to Ormia.
Yay! And I still can't get Fantasy Grounds up. Okay.
Oh.
Alright. You said I was flanking with Kaylin? Is that true? I cannot see the map.
Yes, you are flanking, so you have
Wait,
advantage.
There's the stream. Okay. Okay, but I have disadvantage because I'm feared, right?
Right.
Okay. So... Yeah, I'm just gonna try to stab it. Again, because this thing is freaking me out. That's a natural 20. And I'm not kidding.
Nice, okay. Go ahead and roll
Do you want me to roll 2
plus...
dice or roll a die and then double it?
Okay, let's see.
Dan?
Plus your
Do you want
damage
me-
sheet?
Do you want me to roll double the dice or double what I roll?
Let's do, I don't know, do you guys have a preference? I don't know that we've done this separate.
I like rolling more dice.
Okay.
I like double dice.
All right, double dice it is.
Oh, and that's a 1 and a 2.
Still,
So
3 points.
that's 6 damage total for my rapier.
Oh, okay. All right. How do you want to destroy this banshee?
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, so she's just like, she gets hit twice in the back, right, by Kaylin, and then just seeing like her mouth open in a scream, she's gonna stab right in the mouth.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, you do just that. Your thrust has so much force that as it pierces through the mouth of this wispy form, the wind the impact blows away. Its head and its body follows suit as dust settles in some of the sunlight coming through the windows. You just see that heavy dust like someone patted a couch. Settle down. This house is clear. Okay.
Am I still considered frightened now that it's not there?
I'm gonna say no because it's only the banshee.
Cool.
They'd be frightened of. All right, you guys are out of combat.
Yes. Right.
What you want to do?
I'm gonna look around for more ghosts.
Okay. Go and make an investigation check. Yeah, as you search the other room.
There's the Leeton. That's a 5.
Okay. No presence whatsoever.
Can I
Okay.
get an investigation check too, Dan, to help?
Are you also checking for like
Why is
ghosts?
this? Yes. I see Ormia checking for ghosts. I help her look around as well, take a gander.
Okay.
Please.
You pan
Please
around,
do.
paw around to see if there are any more enemies or ghosts or anything. You don't see or sense any. You do have this being your first experience with banshees, you did note that I don't know. I guess you weren't in there, so you aren't really sure what roused this banshee. Or Mia, you might know better now that you touch their nice things and they get upset.
Right.
And anyone else that was in the room when you did that. Otherwise,
I'll tell Caitlin. Be like, that thing approached when I touched that shiny watch there. So might want to keep your hands off any pretty things.
Do you think she's gone? Will she come back?
I hope not. I don't know. I'm not familiar with ghosts.
Caitlin walks over the table slowly.
nice.
Can I try like an Arcana check on the table, Dan, to see if I sense any magic on the items or
Sure.
anything?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll. You walk over to the table and you sort of hold your hands out in front of you, palms down, and just close your eyes and sort of read the table for magic.
I'm reading.
Nope, you don't sense any.
Okay. All right.
I think Ryan would probably do another heal too.
And can I continue to look back at the journal because it was just starting to get into like an interesting part. They were talking about him.
Oh yeah, what did I? How much did I say about the journal?
It was like there was all the bad poetry, and then there was him complaining a little bit about their prisoner, and that's when the Banshee showed up.
Ah, okay, nice. Oh, I'm such a jerk then. All right, let me just heal it.
Oh, wow.
And then it's battle. Yeah, no, that's worst timing ever. Okay. So off to the side, Rhinewin heals Emersina up a little bit more. And as you look through the journal a little further, you actually, as you read, you see that Satyr is talking about Dordon. Bring up my notes here. Is talking about Dordon and how he's constantly asking for more gold to send people out here, and how he's very close to just killing Dordon and finding someone else in town to send basically anyone that's asking after Zeke or Vel, the satyr, and the sprite and or pixie, gets sent out here to the Banshee's home. It's a staging ground for them, it seems, as you kind of paw through the journal, but also a trap. As far as notes on anything related to Yaris, you see a couple of notes here and there, very moderately recent in this book, that talk about a prisoner. And there's nothing too specific, but based on some of his complaints, you think, well, that kind of sounds like Yaris. But it doesn't really give any indication, anything that you would probably find important. There's nothing about his state of being. There's nothing really about where they're bringing him. It's really like a big book of complaints and terrible poetry. It's like a diary.
So, like, nothing about where he was, like, complaining about how he had to walk to take him to this one place or whatever after this house.
Right. And it's you think it's probably Yaris, these entries, but it's not solid. It just sounds like Yaris. They do talk about having to move on and taking a trip. That their next destination is a city called Econ, which I believe Nazy mentioned when you arrived here as one of the cities in Kohara. And Zeke is complaining, of course, about the long
Is
haul
that
now.
is that the place where the coup happened?
Nope. The coup was out in Thosa, which is out in the desert.
Okay, I'm gonna, like, turn the house over. Not really, but, like, search deeply to try to find any clues as to where they could have gone.
Alright, go ahead and make an investigation check. Does anyone want to help her with that?
Please!
I mean, would
help
anyone?
her.
Or
I'll help her.
okay, go ahead and roll with advantage, then, for Mia. As
Ooh,
you
I'll
and
take that.
Kate.
19?
Okay.
Right. Yeah, 19.
You're looking around for clues, and this really seems to be just a pit stop, a very not well stocked stopover point. So you don't find too much in the way of clues. You do find 3 gold and 4 silver tucked away in that smaller room. But no real other clues. You reread the diary, and the only thing that leads anywhere, points anywhere, is that they are traveling to Econ. And mind you, that's the latest entry. The entries about Yaris were, a little while back in the book. There's content between the time of Yaris and currently. But they're talking about the two of them needing to go to Econ, and again the complaining about Dordon, which, based on the description and context.
Melissa's ready to join, by the way.
Oh, sweet, good, thank you. Based on the context and everything, seems to be that goblin guy that you met in the bar and paid for info.
And remind me, I'm sorry, I don't have my notes. They're all in Fantasy Grounds. So I think he was a gnome. He just told us
Oh, no, okay.
that they came out here, right? And then he didn't know wherever they went. Hi.
That's what he said. He said, I know that they're sometimes out there. Last time I saw them just recently, they were headed out there. So that's the place to go. But this book seems to reveal that that's more of a trap, that he gets paid to send anyone asking after Zeke and Pixie. He gets paid to send them out here to their demise.
I see. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have a talking to with him.
Ooh.
He sent us out here to get killed, so I'm not happy.
Hey guys, what'd I miss?
Hey.
You're alive.
You're alive. That's good.
Yay!
Banshee's dead.
Oh, man. I don't know what happened. Like, my router is, like, everything just kaput as soon as I was trying to boot everything up. It just would not come back on. So
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
okay, now I'm good.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked. Whew.
It's like, I swear. But, oh. Had everything all prepared, my snackies, and
Oh.
I'm glad I'm not dead.
Good. Me too. And Felix, while all this investigation, everything's going on, you do see Astrid kind of walks out of the cabin and seems a little distracted. She's kind of looking off in the woods, not really engaged with the battle that y'all just finished, or anything really going on inside the house. She's just a little bit distracted and taking nature in as she, walks just past you, a few feet past you.
Hey Astrid, what's up?
There's something wrong with Astrid? What's going on with her? Am I conscious?
Yes.
Or am I okay?
You're with Rhinewin on the porch right now. Rhinewin is currently giving you a second heal.
Gotcha. Thank you. Oh, that was so much fun laying on the ground.
Rhinewin's like, well, I'm glad it wasn't permanent. She just sort of blurts out. And Astrid turns to you, Felix, and just says, hey, I don't know. Meeting that family was a little more than I was prepared for. Brought a lot of stuff up from my past, and I'm just having a hard time not perseverating over that, so.
Sorry to hear that. You want to talk about it?
It's okay if you need to take a moment.
I think, no, I'm she kind of straightens herself up and, does like a martial artist stretch. No, I'm all right. Yeah, I just need a little time to think on it and sort it out. Good battle like that helps out. Thank you. And she, gives you a gentle nod.
Sure.
No problem. I'm just gonna stay on the ground and rest for a little bit.
Dan, I really think that Kaylin would try to touch this watch on the table.
Okay, nice. It looks
Pokey,
really
pokey.
nice.
Wait,
So, like,
the last
yeah,
time
so-
somebody touched something on that table.
But it was the watch. We defeated the Banshee. The Banshee should be gone. I did an Arcana check.
Uh-huh.
That
Okay.
turned out okay. It was like, 17? Yeah. So nothing came up. So she's just going to just kind of like ease closer to the table, maybe kind of look around to see if anyone's, kind of watching her, and because she kind of thinks no one would approve if they might see her touching the same thing again. So she kind of like touches it, and
My
Okay.
passive perception is a
Really
12.
want that watch.
nothing.
And she's standing right there looking at the journal.
Yeah, I guess
nothing
if
happens.
if you want to roll a sleight of hand check, Kaylin, you can see, just in case anyone else spots.
That's perfect. Okay, great.
But yeah, it catches your eye. It has the casing is mostly gold, but you see some silver. Unfortunately, you trip on a slightly bent up floorboard, like just as you're walking over to touch it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you can touch it because you're really close, and I don't think anyone can,
Right.
But
yeah.
Ormia knows. See, it turns just to, you are. you're touching the thing.
Oh. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Nothing happens.
I'm just gonna quickly nothing happens upon touching it. I'm just gonna grab it.
Okay. You pick it up.
And just like hold it for a couple seconds, see if anything happens.
Nothing.
In my bag it goes.
Okay. Into your bag.
Emil is looking out the window trying to keep watch. He just looks over at Caleb and says, "You're new at this, aren't you?"
I don't know what you mean. And she quickly walks out of the house. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she kind of like looks at everyone on the front porch and just kind of like, okay. Yeah.
Nothing going
And
on
Armia
here.
just
yes.
sighs and goes, "We're gonna be haunted by a ghost again, aren't we?"
Nothing going on here.
Bye.
Awesome. Okay, well, you now are in possession of a very fine pocket watch.
Oh, right. Yes.
And I will put that in your inventory. Okay. How do you guys want to continue?
Well, so we just found out this is a trap, also a dead end. So I'm gonna walk out to the group, and I'll keep the journal. I'll just put it in my bag for now. Let me write that down. And I'm just gonna kind of tell them what I found and say that gnome was paid to send us here to die.
Oh.
So
We have to go kill another gnome.
I didn't say we should kill him.
I might have a thing about gnomes now. They're not on my list of favorite people.
Yeah, so I think we should go give him a talking to. And if we don't get any more information, I would say we're at a dead end.
Okay. Alright. Let's go.
And get up slowly.
I'll help you up.
Thanks.
Kaylin pushes her from behind.
Ugh.
Sudden push, yeah.
I'm trying not to fall again. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Oh, hey, CDL. Okay, so you guys finished with the cottage, the whole Banshee incident behind you. You head back towards town. Doesn't take you too long, whatever it was, half an hour or an hour to get back to Ashvale. That's what it was. Walk past a number of the farms before finally approaching the actual meat of the city, or town rather. And you know your way back past the fountain and over to that tavern. You enter. It's gosh, I don't know what time of day it is. We'll say it's afternoon. And so it's not super busy, but a little bit busier than it was when you left.
I mean, at least he prays to nobody, so.
Right? Go ahead and make, I guess, Ormia, if you're looking for the guy, go ahead and make an investigation check just to...
Is someone looking for him with me? Which
Make a
dice?
meal would probably help out with that.
Okay.
I'll just be kind of in the back, resting against the wall of the tavern outside.
That's an 8. I rolled a 6 and a 7.
Oh, no. You know what? Let me just check and see something on this side, because it's not always a guaranteed nothing. Oh, okay. So you scan around.
That's a natural 20.
You look around and you don't spot this this guy gnome, but you do suddenly hear him over at the bar. He's just behind a couple people. He's short enough on the stool where you didn't see him at first, but he actually rolled pretty poorly on that one. And then, all by myself, I slayed all 7 of them. And that's how I made this gold. And he's talking to another human female up at the, middle-aged woman sitting at the bar next to him. And she wants nothing to do with him, but you look up, you're like, ugh.
I'm gonna look at the others and just kind of say, do any of you want to handle this, or can I?
I'll start stumbling into the tavern.
Yeah, I'm gonna start stomping in, straight beeline for him.
Nice.
Just run straight towards him and be like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Beautiful. So Ramia and Emersina start pushing, just shoulder checking people,
I'm
pushing
still
in.
a little clumsy though, because I'm still.
I'm shoulder checking, and then she's going through.
She's tripping, and
Ow,
dude.
How dark.
As the people bounce back from Ormia, they're hitting Emersina. It's like, and you guys manage to push your way over. He seems to be moderately inebriated, so he hasn't noticed your approach yet. You're standing right behind him as he's trying to talk to this.
No,
this
I'm
woman.
gonna storm up to him, and I'm gonna turn him around, pick him up by his shirt front, and say, "You've got some explaining to do, sir."
Oh, how lovely to see you again.
I'm sure. I want my gold back.
Well, and he kind of looks at the bartender. He's got like 7 different bottles in front of empty glasses in front of him. I will have to get that back for you. I believe I spent most of it. But did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, I found out exactly what we were looking for. I found out that you were paid to send us to a trap.
And there's a couple people nearby that kind of look over at Dordon, at you two. Like, slightly upset. Maybe there are other adventurers. Like, what's this guy doing? Yeah, maybe. But what do you want? What do you want?
I want the truth.
Well, the truth is, I don't have any choice in the matter. I mean, you don't know what it's like to live out here.
Insight check.
Okay.
Everyone has a choice. What do you mean you didn't have a choice?
Well, and he turns over to M. Look.
13.
Oh, nice. You sense he's telling there's a little bit of truth to what he's saying, but he didn't have to take your money, and it's like a half truth. He says to M, look, if Davros makes a request of you, you fulfill that request, or you and your family, your friends, your neighbors, and your neighbor's dog will pay the price. Okay? I don't have a choice.
Who is this Davros?
Where are you from?
The prime material plane.
Well, let this be a warning and a lesson to you then.
I punch him.
Nice. Go ahead and roll an attack. I mean, you're probably going to hit him because he's essentially, you got him grappled. But just in case it's like a critical hit.
What do I add? My strength?
Yep, because it's a straight up punch.
So this is a -1, so that's a 7.
Nice. So it connects a little bit. Go ahead and roll like a D4.
A D4.
Yeah.
2.
Okay. So you just pop him lightly in the nose.
Not very strong.
So everyone that's in there now sees you. You kind of have him up like this. You release one hand just to pop him and grab him back again. His little head snaps back for a minute. Look, those two that are out at that cottage or stay there sometimes, they work for Davros. Okay, everyone here knows his name. No one knows his face. He's very elusive, but very powerful. You don't want to mess with him.
I've heard plenty of names that are like that in this time. In my time. I'm not scared.
You should be.
So I want to try. I want to go up to him and try to sucker punch him, but before I go up there and do that, I'm gonna say, it's a good thing you said that you prayed to no one. Remember what I asked you?
Nice. He kind of looks at you to say that, huh? And then go ahead and roll an attack, and you can with strength. Just roll a strength check on that one.
We're like Vox Machina and old people. Gnomes.
The old lady with the dagger. Oh, snap.
Nice.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d4 for an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Just roll a d4 off the bottom, the pyramid one.
The square?
Just
the
to the right
triangle?
of the squares.
Gotcha.
Triangle. Mm-hmm.
Still learning
Ooh,
the dice.
3. Nice. No problem.
Oh!
Still, this guy was 3 out of 4, so that's pretty good. Huh? You nail him in the stomach.
And then I'm just gonna turn around and walk out.
I look impressed.
Nice. Look, I'm telling you, this guy can't be touched. All right? He's powerful, and he knows things. He knows who you care about and how to hurt you. He's a candidate to be for a new ruler of Gohara. Okay, this guy's like top of the top out here.
If he's a candidate, then how come no one knows who he is?
Everyone knows his name. People just
But-
don't know his face.
Yeah, no one knows who he is.
None of us. The top brass seem to.
Top brass. I'm guessing that would be known in this town.
Brass as in soldiers?
No, like the people that rule the Feywild, that are deciding who the next ruler is, and maybe someone out in Thosa. I mean, the rumor has it that that's where he resides, out in Thosa. You know, it's a capital city.
I've had enough of your rumors.
Well, one thing I know for sure is that Zeke and Vale are headed down to Econ, okay? And no one sees Davros unless it's through them. They know where he actually is.
I insight check that.
Okay.
I gotta pull on my better dice. 17.
Okay. He firmly believes that those two report directly to him and would know his actual location.
Davros was the one that he was complaining about in the book, right?
No, that's Dordon. That's the guy you're talking to.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. He never actually gave you his name, but based on the description in the poetry and the
Right.
entries.
The really bad poetry. Okay.
He kind of gladly watches as Emeracina leaves, like, oh.
You're lucky. She has magic. She could have used that.
Okay.
I'm gonna look to the bartender and just be like, do you have some work that this piece of filth can do?
Bartender's just sort of shocked, like, not sure how to handle the whole situation. Because so far you picked him up, punched him, and then sucker punched him. And he's just like, it doesn't sound, he knows that Dordon probably isn't the best guy, but he's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. He does see your nobility. I don't want to get in the middle of this, and if you can, he kind of looks around at the other patrons. If you don't mind maybe taking this outside, or...
No, I'm done with him. He spent the gold I gave him, so he needs a way to work it back. Because he will give it to me when I return, isn't that right? I just, like, glare right in his face.
Make an intimidation check. Not that you have to, but you don't get to very often. So.
I don't know which die. 18.
Okay. Yeah. Sure thing. Yeah, yes, my lady.
If you think Davros is scary, you have not met me. And I'll just kind of shove him down on his bar stool and walk. And I'm going to turn to the human woman and say, "Get away from him." Just go.
She's like,
walk
I'm
out.
already gone. She gets up and walks out.
There's no one there.
Nice.
Okay. So,
You just see the bar stool just kind of like slowly turning.
Yeah.
She left. She's gone.
yeah. Okay. I'll just walk out.
Okay.
That was great.
That was great. We made a good team.
Somebody.
All right, you head back outside, the fresh
and
air.
let's do a high five. You go down and I go up. Ready? Ready? Set.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
you're
you're
okay.
above me.
Okay,
You're above
gotcha.
me.
Got it.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, awesome. Nice, I love it. Okay, yeah, you get the stink of the tavern out of your nose as you step outside back to the fresh air, warm temperatures, sunny weather. And you know, 20, 30 paces away is that nice peaceful fountain. Everyone can kind of, collect themselves after all that. And what would you like to do next?
I think our best bet is to go to Econ.
What's an econ?
Apparently, this man and these two people. I hold up the book. It's two people that took him.
How far is it from here?
I don't know.
You can consult
Didn't the
your
font tell us
you can consult your map. You have the child's
yeah.
drawing of a
a
map.
crayon map?
Let's consult our map.
I'd like to go
it's-
get some healing potions.
I'll reshare it out for you here.
Lovely. So where are we at, Dan?
Yes.
We're in Asheville, right?
Correct.
And we're going to Ekon?
Yep. That would
Okay.
be
Well,
I don't know. I think it was you're looking at about a 2-day about a 2-day walk if you wanted to walk down there.
okay.
Alternatively, if we go fight the sea dragon, we might actually level up twice.
There's a dragon?
It's on the map.
Swimming around.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just chilling.
Oh,
Awesome.
right.
I don't mind traveling. I just need to find some potions and eat.
Yeah.
And take a little bit of a break.
Ooh.
have
I'm gonna look around. Is there a place we could rent some horses, like a post office or something?
It's a pretty small town. You think maybe at one of the farms you might be able to convince someone to lend you or rent you some horses, but there isn't any place readily available to rent. You do sort of recall that Nazy was saying that these cities have become sort of independent. The kingdom isn't acting like a kingdom. Everyone's sort of in their own zone since the whole coup and assassination.
It's not that far.
Mm-mm.
Healing potions are what? 10 gold?
They're 50, I think. Let me check.
Inflation.
I wish it was 10 gold. Can
Can
we barter a little bit?
Alright, I think that's under... Alright, so you all got some regular healing potions from
Oh, yeah.
Shuffletron, I think. I think you got a full complement. I
Yep,
think there were
one.
7.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put one in everyone's bag, or how would you like that to work?
I think we all got one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just put one. Yeah, one in everyone's bag.
Okay.
I'll take one and then I'll use it, but I want to buy another one.
Okay. If you want to take a short rest, which is 30 minutes or more, but a minimum of 30 minutes, then you can roll one of your hit die to recover health.
Hmm.
If you want
I
them.
didn't think about that. Which
Okay.
one is that one?
It's on your main page at the very bottom. It says HD, and there's a die next to it. It'll say have a number
got
3
it.
on it, I think. Just roll that once. Okay, so you recovered 3. Oh, there you go. All right, you're to max health.
Nice. Nice.
Alright.
Yay.
And you recover your hit die. Half of the hit die you spent, you recover when you take a long rest.
Okay.
All right.
Are we still in Asheville proper, or have we traveled out of that to get to the cottage?
Oh, you were like half an hour out of
Okay.
Asheville for that, but now you're back in Asheville with all this
Okay.
in the square there. Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, you find a place to eat here. Is there just the tavern in the town?
Yeah, because it's sort of a mid to small sized town, sort of a small farming community town. They're probably all eating in their homes. I mean, you can look around. Go ahead and make an investigation check. You don't find any.
Oh, Kaylin. Oh, Kaylin. Okay. I mean, I can make...
Are you eating tonight too?
So it seems I can make some mayonnaise for everyone, or some honey, or beer,
I
or
could,
some wine.
Yeah, I could forage, and I could probably make a meal out of that.
Yeah. There you go.
Go ahead and make a... gosh, Felix, what is that? I haven't... I think that's a survival check for foraging.
Sure. Oops, looks like I forgot to.
I'll go ahead and.
Oh,
You come home. You come back with like
Oh.
8 berries in your hand.
Oh, man.
I'll do the same as Felix.
Okay. Now, do you have advantage though, Em, on that? Hang on, let me just check something quick.
Yeah.
What do you need advantage in?
I feel like she has advantage from something. Was it?
Is it survival?
No, it was something else. Either druid or wood elf, but I don't see it, so I guess not.
Okay.
Was it from your background because you were a hermit?
Maybe that's what it was. Let me check that.
Looking through my paper.
Right? Yeah. Could have sworn that was something. Alright, innocent early one choice and discovery here.
Can I, I'm sorry, I'll let you do that first.
That isn't. No, I guess you're just normal. Go ahead and do just a
No, I don't
survival
think so.
check. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh.
It doesn't hurt to double check. Do I bring back a bush?
Oh gosh, yeah, you come back with a couple small game birds and a pack full of berries and nuts.
Here you go.
Nice. All right.
You drop the birds down on a whatever table or whatever's in front of you out there.
Yeah, Kaylin's went around and found like a table or a little area for us to sit at.
Okay.
And or me is just wondering why we didn't just buy some food, but okay.
We have to go. We
couldn't
have to
find
go
a
back
tavern.
and we have to get back to the tavern. Like the tavern's the only place. I don't want to see the stupid gnome again. And Kaylin actually says that.
Nice.
Isn't there another tavern around?
He said there was only one, right, Dan?
Yeah, just the one.
Yeah.
Because it's like a farming town. But you do find a bit of a clearing that has a number of large stones that jut out of the ground that almost make chairs. for you to sit down in
Oh, we got this.
and around. Mm-hmm.
Kaylin goes over and just kind of dusts off the stones that we're sitting on, just to kind of, clouds of dirt going up. Let's see here. What should we have? Some game. We have some. So let me see what mayonnaise wouldn't be helpful. That's for sure.
Kaylin, can you do ale?
Huh?
Can you do ale in that jar?
I can do beer. Yeah, I can do beer.
Yeah, let's do that, and then I can do
Okay.
some beer can chicken.
All right. So Kaylin brings out her alchemy jug, Dan, and makes some beer
Nice.
in the alchemy jug.
What do we have set up for you, Felix, for cooking? Skills. Did we do more than one? Right. That's I guess make a culinary dex-based check because you already have a rough idea how to make this. So.
Sure. Is that I don't think it's actually set up. I don't think we've ever.
It is. Yeah, it's culinary
Oh, it is?
dex in your skill tab.
Oh, there it is. Cool. Oh my gosh.
Well, they're not. They're cooked all the way through, so they're not dangerous. It's adequate. It's like it's not under seasoned, not over seasoned, or maybe a little bit under seasoned because it's 9. But no one has to spit anything out. It's it's an acceptable meal.
Yeah.
Okay. Got this.
Okay. Cook that up.
Have our little meal.
Or yeah, this is well below your normal standards, though. Yeah.
It is sustenance.
The rest of us are having
Probably.
a great time.
It's probably well above Emil's standards.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Kaylin's just enjoying, she's just like smiling, just like,
Nice.
Seemed like a better idea in my head. I have to work on the recipe.
it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Awesome.
You've done better, Felix.
Felix jots some notes down in his book, and okay, what's next time?
Definitely.
But everyone's got a nice full belly. You get your short rest in case that helps anyone else. I don't think anyone has any classes that rely on short rest, but you've got that just in case.
I'm gonna roll a hit die too.
Okay.
I think I had some damage, and I think I have d8s. I had 1 back. Actually, I'm gonna roll again.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a different die. Add 3 more back, so 4 total. I think I'm back up to full.
4 total, almost. You just have 5 points of wound. All right. So we'll do that. I'm just going to punch in here that we took a short rest.
Kaylin puts away her alchemy jug. Let's go.
Nice. Kaylin cleans up, puts the cap back in the alchemy jug, tucks it in her stretched out backpack, recalling the skull that once.
A little clink in there as it hits the pocket watch.
Yeah, nice. And she gets ready and says, "Hey, let's do this. Let's go." All right, everyone's just following suit then, I imagine.
Yeah. Are we just going down that long road that leads directly to Yukon?
Felix asks.
Did you still want to try to find some horses?
Yeah, let's just walk. I'm tired of this place.
Agreed.
Too bad we don't have a magic carpet.
Or turn into
Nice.
a horse.
Too soon. Too soon.
Orbia, roll a oh gosh, what do I want you to roll? Roll a perception check if you would, please.
Let me find my good die. That's not the right bag.
Is that the die with 20 sides that all have 20 on them?
Oh boy.
No, it's
It's an amazing die, yeah.
Yeah.
it's my delightful middle die.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna check. Rolled right off the desk, okay.
She's hauling them out. There's no going back now.
Nope.
Take your time finding that, Sam, and I'll just come back to that because it's not necessary right away.
Okay. Nope.
Y'all start heading down
Which one is it?
the road down to Econ, as best you can tell from this child's map. And you come across another river and see a road head off to the west, and according to your map, that leads to a port of some sort. You do recall Nazy saying that this is considered the outer reaches of the Feywild. Whether that's accurate or not, or just their perception, based on what they've explored themselves, you're not sure. But it's all ocean out there, as far as you can see. So now you're sort of following the coastline. I think I have a coastal road picture. There we go. So you're following the coastline down, which is kind of nice. I mean, it's a good distance off, but on the horizon you can see the ocean water out there.
I got a 21 perception, Dan.
Okay, so just to backtrack
Look
a
at
little
this.
bit.
Isn't it pretty? It's made of metal and it's also
Oh, wow, look at that.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
That is nice.
The very first roll I had on it ever was a 20.
Oh.
So I had to use it. I feel like this is important.
Ormy, you noticed that as everyone was cleaning up and you were stepping down off the stones, you took a little bit of a hop down. And since eating and getting ready to go here, you hop off the rock. You feel really like light on your feet. You're walking along very just... you don't feel weightless, but you feel like this is great. I feel energized and I'm just bouncing along, like with almost no effort.
Huh.
You're not getting winded in the way, a long walk would normally do. You're just, again, very light on your feet.
Okay.
I'm staying away from the ocean.
Ooh,
A little
okay.
traumatized from nearly drowning.
Ah, right, right. You see M keep on the eastern side of the road there. Just if anyone moves and adjusts, she has to see the ocean. She just kind of picks up or slows down her pace, just to kind of yeah, keep her eyes ahead. So nothing happens the first day or night. You continue on the second day.
Can I figure out why that is? Like, I'm gonna kind of like glance around at everyone else and see if anybody else is acting the same way.
Definitely not Kaylin, who's got a shorter stride and all the heavy armor. Yeah, I mean she's really strong, so it keeps up. She keeps up just fine. But at first glance, I mean, I guess roll a perception check, or me, if you would, just to kind of scan and.
Gotta be the weird one.
12.
It seems like everyone is behaving normally. You don't see anyone like clicking their heels or anything like that. It's like, full of energy. Everyone is a bit tired from the walk. They need to rest after a good, 12, 14 hours of walking. But you're just like, you feel a little winded. You've been walking for a long time, but nowhere, not as much as you normally do.
It was the chicken.
It was the chicken.
All right, so that's the first day, and then
My chicken was made with aerated wine.
nice. It's a buzz. Yeah, I'm feeling great. Second day. Boring. Second day, there's no no encounters, no problems.
Yes.
You continue on. Into the evening of the second day. Actually, it's 2 days, right? So you actually have to do. You sleep just fine the second night. So let me give everyone a full rest.
So disappointed, Dan.
That's like
Yeah, he was.
a bunch of
He was,
die
yeah.
rolls and.
Yeah, he's been boring. We're like, yes.
What's going
Oh,
on?
you guys all lived again. Darn.
Yeah. Oh, y'all lived.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
If it weren't for those meddling adventurers.
Yeah.
You know you're in trouble when the DM wants to kill you off. You died.
Something.
Well, there's just some really fun things that are out here in the Fae.
Yeah, I bet.
So you sleep through.
Are there still those butterflies?
You see them at night, mostly off in the forest to the east, and just outside the perimeter of the forest. They don't seem to be on the grassy areas and along the road. But often, because it's a fair distance away, but as you look over in the woods at night, you can see them dancing between the trees and above the canopy.
When we rest at night, I'll just look at them for about an hour or so and just kind of watch and sit down and think.
Okay.
It's really
All right, so you do just that. You get your second night of sleep in. You all wake up and go to finish this long 2-day trek to Econ. And
we lost Felix.
Felix, come back.
You didn't oversleep, did you?
You know what? Let's.
I've had a lot of coffee tonight.
Since we're having some tech issues anyway with Felix, let's go ahead and do our bio break. It's a little bit late. Ooh, nice, Melissa. Let's do our bio break, and then we'll just meet back here in like 5 to 8 minutes. I'll let Ed know in chat.
Okay.
And chat, of course, we will return in about 5 to 8 minutes. We will catch you then. Thank you so much for hanging with us here. All right, we'll be right back. Yay. in here. Hello, chat. Pew, 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 pew. We're back. Air horn service. All right. Where were we? Fun in the sun. Right, so it's the morning after your second night on the road. You've rested. You're heading back out. You're in the home stretch here. You're at the part of the road that splits in two. And in the distance, you can see roughly where the city is. And looks like just over the city and maybe moving towards you are some heavy rain clouds. They're coming from that direction. You can see some rain pouring down in the distance. You can see that wall of rain. As you continue on and get a little bit closer, maybe 45 minutes out, you see that it's in fact not rain moving downward, but smoke moving upward and forming a large cloud of smoke over where the city should be.
Why is the city on fire?
You get closer still, maybe about 15 minutes out, and you can clearly see a city, indeed, on fire.
Running.
Yeah.
Running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Running
Yeah, me too.
where?
Well, I want to see if there's any like survivors on the outskirts or something
Yeah, towards the city.
to
You
help.
realize the city could be under attack, right? You could run into a war.
Mark of the Wail.
I don't care. My lead is in there. You guys aren't letting me use my compass, so I've got to take every little thing I got.
Or Mia says as she
She's
starts
desperate.
bolting, and Racina takes off right next to her. Is anyone else bolting? Oh, wait, and Kaylin too, right?
Oh,
Kaylin
Mask of the Wild. I said that wrong.
Yeah. I just in case they're running into trouble, I'll run after them. Maybe calling after Ormia.
I'm running behind Ormia.
I think Seb will follow them, and I'm not going to run. I'm going to walk, but I'll keep running. Seb.
Okay.
You're like, go.
I like how all the women
Is there
are
any
taking
tree
off,
cover or
too.
high ground then?
Not really. I mean, it's a slightly hilly area, but for the most part, it's flat land.
Okay.
That you
Are
can see
there-
from here.
Are there any boats out on the water that might be attacking the city or anything like that? Or anybody attacking from the sea? Would we
As
see
you
any
get
of that?
closer, go ahead and make a perception check. And I'm just going to retcon here because I forgot while you're doing that. So for anyone watching, you probably see that the layout's a little bit different. We don't have Astrid currently. Beth is taking a little bit of time away. She lives in the UK. She could, I guess you can have an accent and live anywhere. But but she wakes up at like dark 30 in the morning. It's like 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning to play. And so she's not gone for good or anything, but she's just taking a bit of a breather because, the hours are insane. And so I just readjusted the layout in the meantime because I didn't want to have a blank thing up, that extra space there when they could be used. So anyway, that segues into Astrid, I think, after y'all were eating lunch and deciding where to go. I think she'd probably take that opportunity to sort of speak up to everyone in the group. So I'm really sorry. I know we're in the middle of the next thing, and that's my bonehead move for forgetting. But she would basically say that she needs to sort some things out. And seeing that family had a bigger impact on her than she was expecting and she would have expected. Part of her feels compelled to try and be there and protect this family from anything that might do them harm, even though she knows it's the Feywild and fauna aren't treated the same here as they are in the Prime. And she has a number of questions that just are nagging at her about not only her race, but just the origins of her race here in the Fey. And as she already found out about that city, Dawn, there's a bunch of information that is now just raised more questions. And she really, really cares for each of you. And, you know, a bit out of place for Astrid's normal, I think, demeanor. She just, you know, thanks all of you for letting her tag along and be a part of, you know, this group that supports one another. She really hadn't experienced that beforehand, and it really meant a lot to her, even if she didn't always show it, that you all treated her as an equal and allowed her to see so many amazing things already. And she very much wants to catch back up with all of you, which in order to be offer the same back to all of you, she needs to spend some time to find herself.
Felix reaches into his pack and cuts off his unit patch from his uniform and tosses that to Astrid as a good luck charm. I expect to get that back from you one day.
Of course. Of course.
Safe travels.
Emil goes over to Astrid and has her hold her hand out, and he pulls a little sacket from one of his pouches and puts some seed on it, and Seb comes over and eats from her hand before she goes.
He gives a nice smile through watery eyes.
I'm going to give her the arrowhead that I know I just recently acquired, but I'm going to give it to her and say, we'll see each other again. Good luck.
Tucks that. Water now starting to leak. Thank you. Thank you all. I will see you all again. Well, best not to linger and make this any more awkward than I already have. I wish you the best and hope to see you all soon. And grabs her pack, puts it over her back, and takes a couple...
As she's walking away, I'm gonna call out, Hey Astrid,
Yes.
you're already strong, but I look forward to seeing how you grow. And I'll give her an inspiration die from that day. It'll last 10 minutes, you know, but just
you may
in
need
case.
it. You never know. I look forward to meeting your friend. I'm confident you'll have him back. and turns and hustles off super fast because she's super fast.
Make sure you don't leave any cuts in your
she is
antlers.
fine.
Kaylin is kind of, you know, she doesn't know what to say. She's waves a little tear rolling down her cheek.
Gives an extra careful wave to Caitlin as she... So the first half of the trips would have been fairly somber and, and all that. Yeah.
Nobody talks.
And then we'll zip back forward to the shock that kind of shocks everyone out of it when you, as each person realizes that the city of Econ is on fire.
We flashback and go, dang, I wish Astrid was here. And then keep running.
Yeah. Okay, so just tell me again what everyone's doing. So Ormia is running up to the city first. M is running behind her. Kaylin is following, calling out to Ormia. Seb is flying overhead of those running, but Emil's, being patient. And Felix is...
Felix is running after him.
Okay. I feel like Rhinewin would probably be running too. Probably. So we'll say she's, maybe in the middle somewhere.
And I'm keeping a lookout on the land, to see if it's because this whole area is grasslandy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking to see if the fire is coming from the grassland and is going towards the city, or is coming from the city and going towards the grassland, or to see if there's people attacking from outside the city.
Okay.
I wanted to see if there were boats on the water or somebody attacking from the sea.
Oh, right. Did you roll a perception?
Boats on the
Go
water.
ahead and roll a
Do
perception
it.
check.
Alright.
Your view's a
Maybe
bit
not so much.
obstructed. To see if there's anything right adjacent to the city in the cove, but you don't hear any of the normal things you'd hear with a ship, especially a ship firing on a city or anything. As you guys are fairly close now, just a couple minutes out, you take a minute to assess. I mean, Emil, you're a little bit further back, being patiently taking your time. You all see that the fire seems to be contained to a number of the buildings within the city. It's a city in ruin. It looks like it was probably a small-sized city. But there are roofs that have fallen through. There are walls that have partially crumbled to these buildings. You see smoke billowing out still of a number of these houses and structures where the wood framing has been thoroughly burnt out, and so the structures have been weakened. There are a number of buildings still standing, of course, just in sort of trashed from a fire. Okay. VC's doing some choppy slowdown thing, of course. So there's a smell. I mean, it smells like burned wood. As the wind turns a bit off the ocean and directs some of the smells towards you from the city, now that you're about a minute out on the edge, you catch the burning wood smell, a little bit of maybe some singed flesh, that nasty hair and skin burnt smell. And then the wind changes direction again, and billowing clouds of smoke up from the city. You hear, or Mia, make a perception check if you would, or anyone that's there listening on the very outskirts of the city can make a perception check.
20 total.
Okay. So M and Armia and not Kaylin. Kaylin, your armor's a little too loud as you just catch up. Clink, clunk, clunk, clunk. You don't hear anything just yet. And Felix, it sounds like... I mean, it's awfully quiet for a city, most certainly. You feel like you hear a dull bang every so often. Almost a thud. But it's very subtle, off in the distance of the city. But currently you can see some of the streets. There's no wall around this city. You can see it's maybe 8 to 12 blocks worth of city here. And you're approaching like the main street. Some walls have shifted over and broken along the top, creating a safe space to sort of stand behind and assess all of this. What would you guys like to do from here?
Does that sound coming from the city?
Yes.
Is it like a gong, like a bell?
It's hard to place. No, it sounds more like a very deep or low kind of a thud sound.
Maybe someone's trapped and they're trying to get our attention, or someone's attention.
I'm not sure that we can save this city. Is there anybody on the outside?
Felix, with your 22, you see a couple of dead bodies in between the wall where you are and the first building of the city.
We may not be able to save the city, but we can try to save those that we can.
True. But we still need to keep our guard up, because who knows who set fire to the... We don't know who did this, so...
Yeah, as we reach the city outskirts, I draw my sword.
They might be trying to get our attention.
I am on guard.
Crossbow.
Nice.
Have we checked the dead bodies yet that Felix has seen? Can I go over and just kind of see if to see if they died like because of the fire, or to see if something killed them.
Okay. Kaylin walks around the wall and starts walking up to the dead bodies. And go ahead and make an investigation check on the bodies.
This is easier because they're not under bushes.
Yeah. 11.
All right, 11. What were you checking for again?
I was just seeing if they died from the fire, or if they died from rubble falling, or if something killed them.
Okay. You don't see any signs of them dying from a fire. They do have some dirt and some ash on their face, likely just from all the smoke. They appear to have been running out of the city. And both bodies have gashes, like claw marks across their backs.
Kaylin, what do you see?
They have claw marks on their backs.
And hoofprints on their forehead.
That doesn't sound good.
It doesn't seem like they died from the fire, from the rubble.
Something else is going on.
Can I do a survival check, Dan, to see if I recognize the claw? I don't guess so. Never mind. The claw marks would be able to tell me.
I want to check the sky.
Oh,
to
you
see
want?
if there are any creatures or anything up in the sky. I know we checked the land and the sea and stuff like that, but
Okay.
all angles.
All right. And make a perception check. And what did you want to determine? I can tell you what kind of roll, Caitlin, if you want. What is it you wanted to see? If you could tell what made those?
I guess just if there's a way that I can tell what made the claw marks, that'd be a survival check. But I don't know if there's a way.
Yeah, it'd be a nature check.
Nature check. Okay.
Since Ormia was ahead of you guys, I don't know that she would have seen you stop, and is very on the near the first houses now.
Emil, you're approaching the wall that that maybe just Felix is still behind.
Or I got a 9 on the nature check.
Yeah, you're not sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stick with Felix, whatever happens here.
Okay.
I'll look around and see if I can see Ormia, because I'm trying to keep an eye, just to make sure that she's still okay. So I will go and try to see yeah. So I'll try, and if I can see, can I see Ormia, Dan?
I have my very own dwarf handler.
Nice. Let me see. Ormia, how far ahead are you? Where are you in relation to Kaylin? Did you bolt way ahead or anything?
I would have run, I run faster anyways. So I think she just would have bolted, and I had a perception of 20. Would I have seen those dead bodies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I do a survival check to end to see if I can track her?
Let me see if she's out of sight, or do you think Ormia would have stopped at the bodies?
She may have stopped, glanced him over, and it's like if they didn't die from the fire, she would have
been more concerned, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably
I think
bolted.
she would have.
Let me do this then. So Ormia, you're about one turn ahead of Kaylin. So Kaylin, you can see Ormia, but she's ahead of you by a good 30-40 feet.
I'll just run. I'll just run as much as I can see her. I won't be able to run as fast as she can,
Okay.
but
And so
I don't want her to go in there by herself.
All right, Ormia, you're 30-40 feet
Ormia,
ahead of. Wait for me. Do you stop when you hear Kaylin call, or do you keep? What are you doing?
My claws are probably lost to the wind.
Yeah, I would have. I think I would have getting to the edge of the first houses. I would have stopped and looked in, just and kind of gone stealth.
Okay.
Clink, 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 clink,
Should
clink.
make an acrobatics
Yeah.
check so I don't fall.
M, with your perception check, which is a 16. So here's where we are in my mind.
Yeah.
Ormia is
right
furthest
outside of
in. About one step back is Kaylin. And then around Kaylin's area is you. You're also there, M. So Kaylin's bolting towards Ormia. Ormia's running over to like try and find some cover, because so far it's like Main Street. M, as you scan the skies, you see a huge winged creature fly over and out of sight over one of the building tops.
Guys, there's something here. There's something in the sky. And I kind of yell it out as loud as I can, but I don't think Kayla can hear me over her armor.
Clink, clink.
This is great. All right, so M.
Is there anybody behind me? Felix, are you behind me?
I'm at the wall with Emil.
Okay.
All right, everyone can go
I
ahead and
don't
make
think
a
you
stealth
should be
check
too
then.
far away.
Emil and Felix, you can do it with advantage because you guys are pretty far back behind the wall.
Oh. Kaylin is just doing great tonight.
Okay, and what did you get, Ormia?
12.
All right, M, you're just like, you see that and you immediately just do like a duck and tumble
I'm
over
gone.
behind a wall.
I'm just
and...
like,
She Emiled out of here.
Mask of the Wild.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Let's see,
Yeah, you
Kaylin.
don't see me.
Kaylin and Ormia, between, Kaylin, you're running with the armor. Wait up, Ormia! And, oh, how exciting. Okay, so you're yelling that, and Ormia's like, shh, like trying to duck into the shadows at hearing that. As behind you, this flap of wings just drop right about 10 feet behind you, Ormia. You see a creature that's humanoid essentially, but it looks like a massive bat with bony spikes sticking out of the back of its head, and it has a long spindly tail, and at the end of that are a bunch of almost like quills, but they look more like bone spikes. And everyone that's there can roll initiative. Yeah, I guess everyone can, and Felix and Emil will get you all set here in a sec.
Okay, where did my pencil go? I have my sword out already.
Am I gonna get knocked out again?
Where's my pencil?
Good thing I'm stealth.
Alright, so...
My pencil just vanished.
Of course, I waste the 20 on initiative.
Nice.
Nice.
God, at least it wasn't
Yep.
dragon.
Same here. Same here. I got a 23.
Alright, we've got Kaylin running here.
When it's the most important, right?
Yeah.
Ormia's
How big is
out
this
here.
thing, Dan?
What's that?
How big is this thing? Did you say it was it medium size, like our size, or?
I can tell you in just a second. You know, I think Ormia would probably be somewhere around. I just have to put you guys on the map because I wasn't sure if you were gonna sneak in or not. Alright, M, you're sort of out of sight. I'm gonna put you in the doorway of this building. That's what you did. You ducked into a doorway. Alright, Felix, I think I got... Please let me know if I missed anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be everybody. Alright, let me share this map out to you. Get our Fantasy Ground map on.
It's a good song.
And we will get this particular... You hear again off in the distance. Another loud thud.
That's really weird.
Alright, what did you guys run into? There it is.
Oh, the city looks lovely this time of year.
And this goes. Nope, I believe that this is. Which way is it facing here? There we go. No. Yeah, that's its tail. Okay, so I think it goes this way. It's so tough to see. This is a. Oh, it's actually a small creature. Let me shrink it down a little bit. Well, this particular one's a medium-sized creature. Lands behind you and does the shriek. Let's see. So, M, you're safe. It's actually going to...
I got a 23 initiative, Dan.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just thinking of a surprise round because everyone was...
Okay. And you're fuzzy.
It wouldn't get everybody, but...
Dan, you're fuzzy. Dan.
Oh,
Dan,
thanks.
Fuzzy,
Oh, gosh.
Yeah?
Good.
Okay. Whew. Alright, so as it lands, it actually starts going to town here on just a couple of you. Let's see who's nearby. Get this set up for folks.
Great.
Alright. Let's zoom in a little bit. As it lands, it releases two of the spines from its tail at Ormeo. Okay. Natural 20.
Did you crit me?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
What?
See? You shouldn't have ran in.
That's one spine. The spine pierces the back of your right calf and then bursts into flame, incinerating some of the skin on the back before it burns itself out, just leaving a burnt wound in the back of your leg. Second spike strikes.
Is it within melee with me?
It's 10 feet out.
Dang it! Can I? Oh, what's
Dang it,
the? What's the? Hang on. Nope, that's a melee attack. Dang it! That's a melee attack. These are not the same. That's also a melee attack.
Ah,
Okay, never mind.
no goodies. Oh, it's all for melee
No.
stuff.
It's all for melee stuff because it's all dueling.
I hope
Second
there's not
spike.
more than one.
Get you right in between the shoulder blade. Burst in a burst of flame there.
Ow.
Singeing, your back and burning a little hole in the back of your armor.
I'm sorry, did it just do 19 damage to me?
Let's see. Yeah, it pierces and then bursts into flame for a secondary bout of damage. Tucks its wings behind its body.
Guys, I have 1 hit point left.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
Okay, and now we can go to the.
Is it a bonus action to down a healing potion, Dan?
It is. Once it gets back to your turn, you can definitely do that. Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, let me just roll initiative for Rhinwen. And I think that and what was your initiative, Ormian?
23.
23. Okay. And then I just need to roll actual initiative for this creature. I'll roll a 4, so there's that. All right. So back up to Ormia. You turn around, seeing this creature sort of leaning forward with his wings tucked behind its back, doing that screech in your face about 10 feet away. Spittle flies.
Just, ow!
Little beady red eyes with no pupils.
I'm gonna take that healing potion.
You reach into your bag, pop the cork, swig a healing potion.
2d4 plus 2, right?
Correct.
6, 7, 8. So 8. Give me 8 back.
Okay.
Got a big ol' 9. Woohoo! And I'm gonna pull out my pistol and I'm gonna shoot it.
Ooh, nice.
Because I am not happy. And I don't really want to get any closer, but I'm not happy.
You guys haven't seen this yet? You notice for the first time that at some point she traded in, probably back in her hometown, she traded in her crossbow, I think she had, for this weapon you've never seen before. It looks strange. It's got a handle to hold and then a little stout nozzle, and you're just not really sure what it's going to do.
20 total.
Nice. Oh, well, that definitely hits. Yeah.
Alright, let's do... Can I add anything? Nope, that's all still within melee. Okay. And that is 10 damage total. 10 piercing damage.
Okay. So you see her draw this funny mechanical type weapon, and as whoever's there, let's see. So Kaylin, Rhinwen, Em, you're watching from your stealth position inside the door. You see her slap her hand back over the top, and it's this really loud bang. You were not expecting. A flash, a little puff of smoke and flash of light comes out of the top of it. Creature reels back as you see a bit of its flesh get blown off the front. This weird shutter shake thing, kind of looks back at Ormia.
And then I'm gonna go back diagonally down left 2 squares. So if you want to move me, so that's back 10 feet.
Okay. And down diagonally, so...
Down diagonally left 2 squares.
Okay. You're now down diagonally left 2 squares.
Yeah, I can't really move it. I'm not there.
No problem. No, I know.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a better way to describe it. I'm like, nah, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you increase your distance there, and this is your move, Felix. You're behind that wall back there.
I pull out the firearms rules. I don't know how these work.
Okay. Yeah, let's do something stupid. I'm gonna dash using my action.
Okay.
And that will get me to where Ormia was. That's 70 feet right there. Or sorry, 60 feet. Sorry.
Okay.
And I did say that I had my crossbow drawn, so I'm gonna drop that as a free action.
Mm-hmm.
And I can use my object interaction to draw my lighting stick. Is that correct?
It's a free action to draw a weapon, I think.
Yeah, you can if you're dropping that one and pulling the other one out, that's fine. That's a free action. Yep.
Right. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and use oh geez, where is it on Fantasy Grounds?
Right.
Oh, here it is. Maneuvers. I'm gonna go ahead and use Rally on Ormia. That's temporary hit points with superiority die, which and charisma modifier. Superiority die is a D8.
It's a D6.
So we get
Woo! 6. All right, I will put 6 temporary hit points in.
Plus. Wait,
Plus charisma?
Sorry. Was it charisma?
You just said charisma.
Oh, yeah. I think my charisma is plus 0, so yes, 6.
Yay!
It's 6 in total or more?
6 in total.
Okay, cool.
I have 3/4 of my health, guys.
Felix gives you a quick rallying speech or says something that just motivates you in that moment, and you're just like, all right, I got this, shaking off some of the damage and pushing through. quite a bit actually, because that's a pretty good roll.
Ow!
Kaylin, you see this? You're pretty close, I think. You saw that happen to Ormia. She stumbled back. Felix rushes past you.
Yeah. Let's see here. I am going to. I think I'm going to run about do my 5 paces and get kind of in between Ormia and Felix.
Okay.
And then hit it with my crossbow.
Nice.
I don't want to get too close. I want to keep a little bit of distance. So
Oh, you got it. Yep.
there we go.
You hear again from the city.
Okay.
That
All right.
hits.
That's something.
Okay. Again, you load your crossbow. Fire. And it blasts right into the chest and sticks just below the pectoral muscle, left pectoral muscle. Kind of looks over at you and between you and Ormia now.
Uh-huh. I guess that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm always there. We go.
Okay. Emil, you're up. You've spotted all this from your hiding spot.
Alright, looks like there's... Are those trees just in front of me there?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're mostly crispy now, but there's enough to hide behind still, so.
Alright, fair enough. Well, I'll move kind of behind the tree nearest the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a shot with my my short bow.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I will use my bonus action to hide.
Okay, neat. That hits. You draw your short bow. Ooh, nice.
No sneak attack, unfortunately.
Oh, right. Okay. Is sneak attack within melee range, or is it within 5 feet? Because technically, Felix has a 10-foot melee range, so if it's worded melee range, I'll give you sneak attack, but if it says 5 feet...
My ability doesn't have it.
Sorry, yeah. Can you go digging for that? Obscure
Hang on. Sneak
bit of
attack.
information?
If you have advantage on the attack roll, don't need advantage if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
5 feet. Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Sorry. Okay, yes, you duck out and fire. It goes through and through. And the creature again screeches and kind of looks back behind it, back into the city, and then looks back at all of you, sort of still leering. Okay. It
Oh, boy.
turns toward. Well, I guess it would be. I guess Felix. Felix is its closest.
All right. Oh, I forgot. I don't have armor anymore. Oh, this isn't good. That was smart, guys.
It takes it. Does a couple quick steps up towards you, Felix, and let's see. All right, multi-attack. So it bites. Tries to bite you. Ooh.
Oh no.
It leans in and sinks these huge fangs down
Hang
into this whole meaty section here.
Hang on, I'm gonna cutting words that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a 1.
Oh wait, but still, what's your AC, Felix? Or is it 10?
10.
Okay.
I tried.
It sinks in. Dealing. What's this thing? Range. I thought that would be piercing. All All right, good at it. Applied it. Sinks in, dealing a little bit of damage to you, not too much.
It's not the right time to weaken.
And then it uses its little pitchfork thing here to do its second attack. Tries to run right into your torso and lift you up. I don't know, let's see what the damage is. But you know a technique, a fighting technique, to sort of, block that and try. It just kind of scrapes across the front of your torso as you sidestep it. But it does cut some flesh. And that is the end of its turn. And Em, you're up. You're hiding
So
out in that
much
house
fun.
there in the doorway.
How big was the creature again?
This is a medium-sized one. It's a little smaller than most of you, but technically still medium-sized.
So if I were to use Thorn Whip, I'd be able to pull it closer towards me.
You can attempt to. I think Thorn Whip is like they have to roll a save against it, and if they fail, then you can pull. But yeah, you can attempt it with this one. Mm-hmm.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. I am going to move. Let's see how. Oh, it's a 30-foot range. Okay, yeah, I'll move right there.
Okay.
And I am going to use my Thorn Whip cantrip.
Okay. You step out, you just slowly walk out into the middle of the street, and go ahead and roll. I think Thorn Whip has an attack option. Let me just see. Thorn Whip. Hit the magnifying glass. Okay, yeah, so go hit. Oh, you already have it targeted. Yeah, okay. You're good. Go ahead and roll attack on it then under Thorn Whip.
I lost it. Okay. Ah.
You can either click, because you already have it targeted, you can click the attack button, or you can grab where it says melee +5 and drag that out into chat and roll it.
Yeah, I need to learn how to read.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Oh my god. I am having the biggest brain fart right now.
No
It's
problem.
all this schoolwork.
Yeah. So it's in your actions tab with all your spells, and under cantrips, there'll be Thorn Whip. I think I've already opened up the magnifying glass.
Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay.
Woo! That hits. All right.
Yay!
So go ahead and roll the damage part of it now. Okay. So in your hand, you pull out a little root of something out of your pouch, and you hold it in your hand and start the spell. Yeah, it forms, and as you whip your hand out, this thing just reaches out in this winding pattern and wraps around the leg of this creature. Thorns digging into its ankle, and you rip it back. It deals 2 points of damage to it and pulls it. I think it's 10 feet closer, right? 10 feet closer to you.
Yeah.
Drags along the ground. Just
Get
past
over here, you
Felix.
jerk!
Get over here. Yeah. Nice.
Finish him.
Anything else for your turn? A bonus action or?
Oh, I don't have that. Where is it? No, that's an action. Yeah, I think Thunder Wave would be an action. I want to try to stab it with a. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look at the map first before I say anything. Oh, okay, that's not too far away. So I want to try to throw one of my daggers at him.
You won't be able to do. It would have to be
no?
something that says bonus action because your action was Thorn Whip.
Okay.
And then sometimes you might have something that you can use as a bonus action, but I'm not sure if you have anything in here.
Yeah, I think I've...
Healing Word, I think, is your only bonus action currently.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, when you're all set,
All right.
go ahead and click the down arrow on the combat tracker. Oh, you got it. Zip. Okay.
Next!
Ryman, at seeing all this, is just she's in the game now. She saw you Thorn Whip that thing, pull it back. Everyone's going at it, and I think she would release. I feel like she enjoys casting that guiding bolt. What's that? Level 1. Okay. So she's going to attack this creature with guiding bolt. Ah, just misses.
Oh, no.
She goes to cast it. She holds her holy symbol out, and this bolt points her finger. And where's the camera? There we go. And this little bolt of light fires out of her finger just as it gets ripped and pulled 10 feet closer to you. It was just her bad timing. She didn't catch that. And fires over into down the street into a building. All right.
My bad.
All right. Okay. And Astrid isn't here, so that's back to you or Meow.
Okay, cool. I counted the squares and I have 6. I'm gonna run around the back, so over to its right side. So just run behind Felix and Kaylin.
Okay.
I think that's who that is, and to its other side.
Like above it?
Yeah, so like over to the right. So to the right. There's 6. I counted like several times.
Okay.
I have enough speed to get to there.
You want to be
in that
behind
direction.
Felix, to the right of Felix?
No, right there, right where you have me.
Where she is.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right,
and
so you hustle.
yeah, and I'm going to. Oh my gosh, I did a thing. I'm going to spend 1 point of. Oh, you know, I'm gonna. If this hits, I'm gonna spend a point of swagger to disarm it.
Nice, okay.
So, and I get
Here
advantage,
again.
right?
Yeah, you are flanking, yep.
Ooh, I'll take that 18. So 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so I want it. Okay, so then this is with my rapier, so that does not very good damage. 6-7 damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me double check, make sure that melee weapon. Oh no, it's only 5 because I have my pistol in my other hand.
Ah, okay.
So 5 damage to it, and
Reels in pain.
it gets a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And if it's the DC is 8 plus proficiency 10, 12. DC 12 strength.
Oh,
save.
I rolled a 20.
Dang it!
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
Curses.
Still, it reels back in pain, and it looks really hurt right now.
And is that all I can do? Yeah, okay.
Somebody stab him.
Yeah, sorry, all new stuff, I still don't know this. And
Alright.
you know what? I'm actually gonna,
Gonna go ahead and
yeah.
attack with the lighting stick.
Okay. You get the lighting stick in your hands ready to attack. You
Nice.
strike and hit.
I don't know why that rolled 2 dice.
You
They
had
both
yourself
would
targeted
hit.
as well.
Yeah, you're.
Myself?
I guess you're not flanking, but still, I both would have hit, so you're fine.
Okay, that,
You might want to untarget yourself before you do damage, though.
Oh snap! Yeah.
There you go.
That's weird. Okay.
Fantasy
Oh,
grounds.
that's probably why it rolled one for me and then one for the.
Nice.
Oh,
Hit yourself.
You're a little too into it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It didn't. Oh, it did apply it. Okay. Wow. All right. So you strike with a thrust and pierce right through its abdomen, dealing a little bit of damage, but it's looking like it's hanging on by a thread now.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action and do. Oh shoot! I don't think that we added secondary strike. Is that probably what it is?
Oh, nice! Oh,
Whoa.
you draw the lightning stick out, letting it slip through your hand so that you're holding the very front of it before flipping it over, having the whole leverage of the entire thing. You just crack it along the side of the jaw. It doesn't matter how much damage you do, but please roll because it's nice. You hear this sickly crack as you just crack the side of its jaw, and then its neck bends in a funny way, and it simply collapses on the ground.
It was useful in combat, guys.
Yay!
I'm excited.
What are you doing? You hear from the house just north of Ormia, Felix, and Kaelin. Please get off
Turn
the
around and
street.
point my.
What?
Get off the street! You hear again from the middle of the city.
Let's,
Maybe
Wait,
get off
there's
the
still
street.
people in here?
Can I do a perception check to see if I can tell where the voice is coming from?
Sure.
Okay,
You hear
okay.
again closer.
Right, okay. Alright, hold on.
Where's the button? You have no idea.
No!
Who's talking to us?
I'm gonna perception around for the sound.
Okay.
For where that sound.
Mm-hmm.
While running towards.
Yeah, I want to run.
That's also a 1.
Felix is just gonna run into the closest house.
The sound is here somewhere. There's a house with a roof still intact, just north of Ormia. That the voice seems to be coming from. You can look and you see a very short, older man in the window. Like, vaguely you can see him through a broken window. Get off the street!
Can we come in?
Yes, come on!
Okay. Run inside.
Yeah, I'll run inside
Let's
too.
go, everyone.
Okay, you all start piling in. Is anyone not going in?
I put one in there.
Amelia, you just see everyone bolting into this house as you hear the sound, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking I can't actually hear this, so I think I'll try and sneak my way up to the head to see what's going on.
Okay. Everyone else heads inside. And Amelia, you'd be hearing this. Woo! You are invisible. Natural 20 plus 7. Oh my gosh.
Jeez,
Okay.
rogues.
So
You
you
go back to the
find...
past episodes
You're
and he's not there.
Extra rogue tonight.
Nice. You find this notched out area in this. Let's see. Where are you? Whereabouts are you? Yeah. In the broken down upper floor of the building that you're at right there. I'm just going to put you in the corner. You're basically up on the second level, and you found like this perfect hidey hole where you can spy out pretty easily. But nothing can really spot you. Not with that. I highly doubt anything can anyway. The rest of you pile into this other building. And in here are 5 huddled people. Most of them off in the back corner. 2 children, 2 women, a dwarf, and a human, and then a stout dwarf man that was the one in the window. Like, you hear closer and closer the sound.
I reload my pistol.
Yeah, go right ahead. Sorry, that was silly. I thought it would show for everyone, but it didn't that way. Let's try that again. Okay. Coming around the intersection off to the east there, and Emil, you get a very good view of this too, is this massive ogreish creature. Takes up about half the street as it's walking down looking for the sounds of battle it heard. But it stops just, it's about 5.5 feet out from you, Emil. You're very well hidden, so it's not seeing you. But it's a little disconcerting to be this close to such a large creature that's head is up about where you are in the second floor. And for anyone peering out the cracks in the window in that building, with the vibration of this creature walking by, that's what you see. It stops and looks over, grabs with one hand the dead creature, picks it up and looks at it, blood still dripping off the fresh kill, throws it, where it smashes into that tree to the south a bit there and gets hung up in some of its branches. It looks around. Where's my dice?
Stealthing.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead, Felix, Ormia, and Kaylin, if you three would make a stealth check.
Oh dear God.
Natural 20!
Nice.
So that's a 23 total.
Nice.
It gave me a 1 and then it gave me a 20.
Oh, Felix, thank goodness. Okay. Turns back and starts walking back into the city. And out of sight.
I'm gonna whisper to the people that are huddled in the corner and be like, what is going on here?
I can't believe you survived that. Are you trying to get us all killed?
What do you expect us to do?
Not make a rocket!
What happened here?
I don't know. What the hell is going on here? Everything was fine.
Either.
Then creatures spawning all over the town. Little creatures, huge creatures, flying creatures, setting fire, eating, crushing.
Were all of them demons?
They all look like that thing out there.
The big thing or the flying thing?
What was that? Sorry.
The big thing or the flying thing?
All that business. We've seen little tiny things that jump and dance around like they're having a time of their lives, only to turn and claw someone's eye out. Feast on their entrails.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I think we get it.
Can't even get out of the city.
Is there anyone in charge of the defense of the city?
Not anymore. There was a small brigade that used to keep us safe and sound. This all happened overnight. I woke up to the screams of my neighbors and friends.
Wait,
And you're
there's
out
no-
here trying to get us killed.
When did this happen?
Well, I don't know. What day is it? You tell them what day it is. I can look it up for you, but I know you guys don't know. It's
the
essentially
Feywild
like
side
Monday
mood
morning.
strange.
Today.
Yeah.
It's Friday evening.
It's only been, but let's see if it's afternoon time now. Wasn't last night. It was about the night before. Maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. All hell broke loose out here.
Apparently, literally.
It almost sounds like a summoning of sorts.
Or a gate that's been opened.
Well, and, you know, now that you mention it, I think most of them have been coming from the church in town. How's that? Or Dee Dee's looking over you.
That's surprising.
Yeah. Church of Melora, my butt.
I am going to make some water in my alchemy jug down and offer some water to the people who have been caught in this house for the past 2 days.
Oh, yeah, them first, please. No, you weren't really even offering it to him anyway, but he's just like...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, the children. Oh. And they stink. I mean, they've been stuck in the house. They stink. There's no bathroom in here.
Yes. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The children and the two gals say. You lived. You made it into the town. I don't know. Can you get us out? We just want to get out of here.
Quick question. I'm gonna go over to the dwarf while they're all talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Which direction is the church?
Well, you saw where that thing went, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the church is. Down that street, about, I don't know, 2 city blocks in. You can't miss it. It's one of the largest buildings in the city.
I'm gonna go to Rhinewind.
Does the church have a bell?
Yeah, yep. Belfry, bell in there, absolutely.
That's how we'll signal you when it's safe. We'll do what we can.
Boy, I appreciate that. I mean, you seem to be pretty handy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I snapped at you, and that's not fair. That's not good of me. But boy, I just want to get my family out of here. I don't want to see anyone else go down like that.
I understand. How many people? 5?
5 of us here, yeah, in total.
I want to give them 5 of my rations.
You're too kind. You sure you can part with these?
Don't worry about it. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thanks. And he takes a bit of a breath of some small relief. Brings, those over to his family there. And they ravenously devour them.
I'm gonna go to Rhinewind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, I have a hunch. Can I use the compass?
You want to use the compass now?
Do I hear any of this?
I've pulled her. I have pulled her aside, and I'm speaking quietly, but possibly.
Let me think. I'm gonna have you do like stealth and perception, just because it's essentially a 15 by 15 foot house. It's
Not even joking. I just rolled another natural 20.
Okay, and roll a perception just in case. What is your total? Never mind. Yeah,
23.
She's whispering it very quietly in the corner.
I don't know if Rhinewind would respond as quietly. To be fair,
would ask what?
If Rhinewind would be as quiet in her response.
Right. Yeah. I think she probably not being a fan of it. Like you want to use it here and now.
If I suspect if there's sort of summoning going on, they may have brought people for sacrifices or something. I don't know, but I want to see if he's at that church, if there's even the slightest possibility. If he is, then that means something more is going on here than just a little summoning to destroy a small town. If he's there, that means that this Daikon guy that we're looking for is involved in quite a lot.
Well, we said we'd do this together, So I think I'll support you if everyone else is okay with it. But you need to think carefully about when you want to use this, because you know how we feel about recharging it.
I understand.
She kind of, looks at you and looks at everyone else that's not occupied with something else. And I don't know. I guess it's up to you what you want to do, if you're going to check with everyone or do it on your own. But here, she takes it out of her bag, and if anyone wants to, Emil, you're what were you doing? Because in fairness, I don't want to leave you up in that thing this whole time. If you would have come into the house, Emil.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm assuming the old man was loud enough that I would have heard. So I think I would have come in out of the way at some point.
Okay.
Either I heard him and realized it was okay, or my friends disappeared and I would have stealthed in to try and, figure out what's going on.
Okay. From a back window, you crawl in with your 27 stealth, and suddenly Emil's there. So if anyone wants to try and pursue, Ryan was going to take the compass out of her pouch and hand it to Ormia, and she's not going to be shy about it. So that's up to you guys and your characters, if you think anyone would say or do anything. But she's going to hand it out to Ormia.
Disapproving look.
Are we using the compass?
We're not.
Is Ormia using the compass?
I'll open it, and I'll concentrate on yours.
Okay. You see her open up the compass, and as you concentrate, you feel, a bit of a hum to the compass. It feels a little clankier, noisier than beforehand, likely because of the chip, which you...
I don't think I've noticed that yet.
Oh, how exciting! Okay, so you look at it and you see that it's down a third of the blood. You just had this full. It's down to 2/3, and you see in the side is this gash that looks like some sharp blade or implement pierced the side of this. So now it can only fill up 2/3 of the way, because the rest leaks out. You see some dried blood down the side where it leaked out. As it's beginning to work, the rest of the blood pours into the center area and floats the needle, which spins almost directly northwest probably, and you see a city pop up with very tall dome-like buildings and what almost looks like desert sand around it.
Okay, I'm gonna move side to side. Does the needle move a lot at all?
No, it doesn't really budge at all, as though it's some distance from where you are.
Old man, quickly, tell me, do you recognize the city?
The man looks over and says, "Well, I think I haven't been there since I was a kid, but I mean, it looks like Thosa. It's the capital." Collapses, dries up, congeals.
Okay. Alright. So things aren't as bad as here as I thought. Okay, so she'll close it up and just kind of think to herself for a little while. Is there still a third left?
That consumed 2/3 to create the image.
That's all.
So it's empty?
It's currently empty.
I'm gonna glance out in the street. Is that devil blood still there?
It is, but it's mostly congealed. rotten and congealed.
I'll see if I can't fill it up while we take out these devils. Help these people. I'm not gonna use a person again.
Sounds fair. So what's the plan?
Ryman holds her hand back out. Am I holding this?
Emil pulls his rapier.
Her hands have gone like white, just like holding on to it.
Start pulling on my bow a little bit.
Ormia, give it back to her.
Ormia.
I'll give it back once it's filled. I'm not going to use any of these people. I'm going to try these devil things.
Ryman sort of folds her arms. Kind of looks around at everyone else to see the gauge.
We can stop her if she tries to use it.
I won't use it on any people, any innocents, I promise.
You're walking on really thin ice right now. Put down my bow.
Hold her arms well. Guess we have bigger things to deal with now anyway.
Do we want to try to get these people out of the city? Or at least to the road?
Kaylin asks if he knows, is he still conscious or is he unconscious? Or was she asked anyone that was in the house if there's other people if they know if there's other people in the other houses?
One of the women speaks up. Well, I can't say for certain, but I have to hope that there are other people safely tucked away. If you go looking, please be careful. These creatures are very dangerous, and especially keep an eye out for, there was a satyr that arrived just before, the day before all this happened.
Did he have a sprite with him?
It's some small creature, yes, that buzzed about.
Were they traveling with anyone else?
Not that I saw, no. But
And they were here?
they
How
were
long
here.
ago?
Did not look very friendly.
How long ago?
Maybe the evening before all this started, so 2 days?
That's a strange coincidence.
Did they leave?
It's a very strange coincidence.
Not that I saw. They may have, but not that I saw. They arrived in the evening, and 2 or 3 in the morning is when this mayhem began. Just keep your eyes peeled. They looked like a dangerous lot, and if they had anything to do with starting this, they must be fairly dangerous.
They are dangerous. I know that. Let's help this town.
I think we need to at least get them to the street. On the edge of the city.
How close are we to sundown?
Sorry, what was that, Emil?
How close are we to sundown? Soon.
Let's see. Not very, because it was morning. It's probably like, there's probably about 4 hours left in the mornings and noon, so it's probably like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or so.
If we try to get them out, that thing will hear us. It might be a better idea to cause a distraction so more people can get out.
It might be better to clear the city first. As long as they stay inside, they're safe, right? If we try to get them out, well, more safe than they would be if we tried to get them out.
Too many casualties would happen if we tried to do a big group of people.
It might be best if we hurried to clear this area. If we go to wherever, if this is a summoning, if we go to wherever the circle is and stop it, if we break it, these things might vanish, I think. Right? I look to Kaylin. That's how summoning circles work, right?
I think so, yes.
Please keep an eye out for the pastor. He's a good man, and he's served the city well since the king's assassination. We arrived in a time when we all needed some support in daily lives. I fear the worst. These creatures came from the church, and I fear that did not seem like much of a fighting man.
Yeah, there's my pencil.
If you're headed there, please watch for him.
Sounds like we're going house hopping.
Let's sneak around. This is gonna be great, you guys. So many stealth rolls.
Keelan, you look out and once again examine the street, and you can see through some of the cracks of the houses across the street, further into the town. You see in the distance this ogreish creature walking past. You see some. Make a quick history check, if you would, Kaylin.
Okay.
You see and hear one of those bat-like creatures screech by again at 12. Okay, and dancing in through some of the alleyways, you see what you recognize as little imps dancing and hopping about, little creatures.
Okay.
And you have a bit of a challenge ahead of you to get where you're looking to go. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh my gosh, is that time already?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stupid technology.
Neat.
Oh my gosh.
So many fun things.
So basically, what I rolled there was basically a wisdom save for Mia. And guess what I got?
What'd you get?
I got a 1.
Nothing.
Oh, nice.
Nothing. That's what she got. Nothing.
Fantastic.
Oh, good grief. Tonight's rolls were just ridiculous.
Really weird.
Yeah, she does, Nevik. Yeah, that was good. I thought that was pretty solid. I like that it wasn't all ones tonight. I felt bad. I think, was it last session? Where I think everyone was just, unfortunately, getting like super terrible rolls. Maybe that was one before.
Actually, I was gonna say, like, I got a couple of good wins last session.
Oh, okay, nice.
At really odd times, though.
I was a little surprised. I thought everyone was going to sneak a little more into town. So it was sort of funny.
I just
That's so
charge
strange.
right
What
in.
just happened with-
Yeah. Yeah.
Her current state of mind, she's not. Oh my goodness, Big Ed.
Yeah, your thing just changed. Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened, I swear. It fixes in a second. Whatever you did, it fixed. Oh, that was great.
Yeah, if she had been in her right state of mind, she would have been doing more sneaking, but we're getting close.
I think if the compass thing hadn't come up, Emil would have had words about rushing into the town. 'Cause that's not Emil's style to rush into a place.
Right.
You and I are like opposite ends of a spectrum. It's pretty great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Me and Mila and Ormia. Yeah, definitely a fun group dynamic. Neat. All right. Well, thank you, chat, as always, for hanging out and keeping things fun. And thank you, players, as always, for making this so fun and just really so entertaining. I always have a blast. All right, I guess we can wrap up here. I hope everyone has a wonderful night, and we'll catch you next Friday, same time, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, and see how everyone navigates their way through the city and what they find, and we'll see how it all goes.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, nobody died.
Oh my god, you're really close
Ogre
there.
smash.
Awesome. Damn it, I love it. Have a great night, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.